For 30 years, one group has pushed Arc'teryx gear innovation further than anyone. They spend the most time in the mountains and regularly face the harshest conditions. That group is Mountain Professionals, and their unique insights have made their way into all of our gear. But how do you build gear for the most intense users? Mountain Professionals consist of groups such as search and rescue team members, like Mike and Kayla.
We operate 24/7, 365, so we have to be ready for all conditions.
And mountain guides like Mark and Leela.
The mountains are a wicked environment, and our goal is really making that as safe as possible.
If something does go sideways, it can go really sideways.
Because pros rely on gear to perform their jobs, they care a lot about gear.
Ensuring that you have good gear can potentially save your life.
Our exposure is humongous compared to the average person's, and our gear in 1 year might get 4 years of typical use. So it needs to last a long time.
You need to make something that I can ignore. Like, it just needs to work so I can work.
The insights our professional partners share is an important part of the design process.
It's so much more than important. The hours that the pro community puts into this product, the harsh environments, their expectation around feature sets, they're part of building the product with us. They're the DNA of the brand.
This is Katie. She leads all product innovation at Arc'teryx, helping meet the high expectations of those pros.
Well, their standards are high, and by the way, so are ours. We're growing as a brand, but who we create for, that hasn't changed. We're building the most pinnacle product for that core community.
Katie lives and breathes design every single day. In fact, Katie, could you take the story from here?
Sure. So our Pro line today consists of bespoke gear that's used by mountain professional organizations all around the world. But we've been working with pros like Mark and Leela from the very beginning.
My relationship with Arc'teryx was very organic. The designers would latch on to people who would have the opportunity to really test and hopefully destroy that gear over time.
Just being so connected to the people that are actually making the products is a pretty special dynamic.
It just felt like now we were part of a team of problem solvers.
One of those problem solvers was Gord, who's worked with Mark and Leela for over 20 years.
A lot of the most senior guides, like at the beginning with Arc'teryx, they're part of that kind of old core group that just has a super deep background in our products and our design process.
Gord has spent his long career innovating the most advanced avalanche pack technology with the pro community.
Mark's been testing our avalanche balloon system since day one, really, for like 14 years. For a professional user, they start seeing patterns in use that no one else would have picked up until way too late.
But the insights from pros don't just stay on pro product. The game-changing features that they've inspired, like the most durable wear fabric, breathable insulation, and advanced construction, have permeated into everything we make.
We just made the best we could possibly make for professional users and ourselves and our friends. Once you build the best stuff for the most challenging situations, then it finds a home with a lot of other people. It resonates.
Ultimately, professionals need gear that they can trust to keep them safe in the worst possible conditions. And few people face the worst possible conditions more than North Shore Rescue, the team who services the BC Coast Mountains minutes from our design center.
We are the busiest search and rescue team in Canada, and so we do have like a 4-season climate here, but people will say we have 2, which is wet and like less wet.
You know that when you get on scene that you're going to walk into a bit of chaos there. You can't be thinking about your equipment. It really comes down to this relationship that goes back and forth between you and the people that are designing that gear.
One of those people designing that gear is Tanya. Tanya has spent 24 years with the brand and is a huge part of the pro design team.
We heavily rely on our relationships with our professionals to get insights from them and how they're using the gear. It's different than the average recreational user.
So how do you make a jacket that can perform in these environments? It all starts at Pro Summits, where designers and pros collaborate in the office and on the mountain to collect insights. Then, Tanya and team negotiate those insights into designs which address their key needs. First, there's the material.
So when you talk about performance, you're putting that gear to its extreme.
They need to be very durable, not just for the elements, but also like the wear on the shoulders and the waist particularly, because that's where your backpack is.
Professionals, they need materials that are going to be a workhorse. We work closely with GORE to develop face materials to go with the GORE-TEX Pro membrane.
The jacket also needs to function like a toolbox for all the gear they need to carry and access.
The pockets are huge.
You should be self-sufficient for like 12 to really 24 hours potentially.
And we fit our jackets to make sure that the access points are easy to use. Things like a chest pocket for carrying radio with access points for routing cords and clipping mic loops to.
And with an emerging generation of female mountain professionals, we also need to evolve our gear to fit pros like Kayla.
We're not little dudes. We're not. The body composition and the ratios are different. How we carry and move is also different, and that needs to be factored in.
We've been helping adjust chest pocket placements to carry radios better and not to dig in when bending over. Having items that actually work with your shape are critically important. It helps you be able to do your job effectively and efficiently without any kind of compromise.
And lastly, there's something people might not even think about. The color.
Professionals, they want to be able to stand out against the environment they're in. For example, we have a really high visible orange top hood that allows them to be seen from above.
It's about function, and it's about safety, and it's about visibility. When I think about someone that's being lowered down from the winch, they're giving a hand signal like this. The contrast of their hood and their hand going over top makes such a huge difference.
It's not something you can rush. We take the time we need to make sure the gear will perform at the highest level. It's not ready until it's ready.
I mean, that gear becomes a part of you, and you need to be confident that it's going to perform at the highest level for you. That trust is the foundation to keep you safe.
I think it's a real point of pride. It's really been driven by the professional users that have to carry it, and it has to work. It's really a personal obligation to make sure it's there for them.
At the end of the day, we make gear that helps keep our professional friends safe because they keep us safe, so we can all keep enjoying the mountains.
Being in the mountains and just any natural space, it is innately humbling.
Helping somebody experience an environment that they maybe didn't even know existed, that's what I love to do.
The products we build for the pro community help keep those doing the most important work in the most severe conditions safe. If it works for them, we know it will work for everyone else.